Follow us on Facebook at Som TV and watch every moment live on YouTube at Som TV Live. First, the major headlines. Chief of Defense Staff's call for trained vigilantes as Senate demands tougher action on Benue killings. United States surgeon performed first
In today's digital age, staying ahead of the curve is crucial for success. Turabo Business School is committed to empowering the next generation of leaders with the skills they need to thrive. We present to you our special computer training exclusively designed for SS3 and JSS3 graduates. Our comprehensive program covers a wide range of topics, including Microsoft Word, master the art of document creation and editing, unlock the power of data analysis and visualization, Microsoft Access, learn to manage and analyze database, Microsoft PowerPoint, create stunning presentations that captivate audiences, graphic design using CorelDRAW, unleash your creativity and design skills, Photoshop, enhance your image editing skills and create stunning visuals, programming using web design, build dynamic website and web applications, database development, learn to design and manage databases, UI/UX design, create user-friendly and intuitive interfaces. At the Turabo Business School, we believe in creating world-class entrepreneurs and professionals. Our experienced instructors will guide you every step of the way, providing you with hands-on training and mentorship. Don't miss this opportunity to gain a competitive edge. Contact us today to learn more about our program and register for the next session. Call 080-6026-9140, 070-6342-8464 or 090-1010-8844 between 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Mondays to Fridays. Turabo Business School, creating world-class entrepreneurs and professionals. Join us today and unlock your full potential. Turabo Business School Service Commission, Hamarua Way, Jalingo, Turabo State. Empower yourself with the skills of the future.
Welcome to News Hour on Som TV, your gateway to the pulse of the nation. Follow us on Facebook at Som TV and watch every moment live on YouTube at Som TV Live. First, the major headlines. Chief of Defense Staff calls for trained vigilantes as Senate demands tougher actions on Benue killings. United States surgeon performed first transcontinental robotic surgery on Angolan patient. Petroleum Products Retail Outlets Owners Association of Nigeria warns on monopoly threat as Dangote expands into fuel distribution. I am Esther Oka-Steven with the news in full. Following the recent killings in Yelwata, Benue State, outrages continues to mount across the country. Chief of Defense Staff General Christopher Musa, during a condolence visit, called for a structured, trained and local youth as vigilantes to support the military's effort in tackling insecurity. Similar to the Civilian Joint Task Force model in Borno, he stressed that the military alone cannot restore peace without strong community collaboration and intelligence sharing. Meanwhile, the Senate has expressed deep frustration over the recurring violence, with spokesperson Yemi Adaramodu declaring lawmakers tired of mourning. The Senate is now pushing for more decisive security measures and accountability. Benue State Governor Hycinth Alia welcomed the proposal for expanded community policing, but rejects calls for unregulated civilian self-defense. Civil society groups like the Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria and the Center for Change labeled the killing as a national tragedy and demanded justice. In solidarity, Nasarawa State Governor Abdullahi Sule offered 150 million naira in relief support for victims. In a groundbreaking operation, Florida-based surgeon Dr. Vipul Pantel has successfully conducted a robot-assisted prostatectomy on a 67-year-old cancer patient in Angola from his base in the United States of America. This transcontinental telesurgery, the first human trial approved by the United States Food and Drug Administration, was executed through high-speed fiber optic cable without noticeable delay. An on-site team was available for safety. Peter described the fast and transformative for global healthcare access, especially for undeserved regions worldwide and rural America. Plans are underway to submit data for border regulatory approval. In industry matter, the Petroleum Product Retail Outlet Association of Nigeria has raised alarm over the Dangote Petroleum Refinery expansion into fuel distribution. The association fears a looming monopoly, potential job losses, and market distortion. They called on the Nigerian midstream and downstream petroleum regulatory authorities and the Federal Ministry of Petroleum Resources to act promptly, protect modular refineries, and uphold fair competition to safeguard independent operators and consumers alike. Meanwhile, in Lagos State, the police command has confirmed that the device seen in the widely circulated video involving Pastor Paul Adefarasin was a stun gun, not a firearm. The device, deemed a prohibited anti-riot tool, was recovered during a voluntary police report by Adefarasin following interrogation and a cautionary statement. He was granted administrative bail. Authorities affirm that the investigations remain active and its conclusion will be made public. Staying in Lagos, the state government has reiterated its commitment to grooming 21st century professionals in health and education. At the matriculation ceremony of the Lagos State College of Nursing, Igandu, the Honorable Commissioner for Tertiary Education, Tolani Sule, represented by the ministry's permanent secretary, Adeniran Kasali, highlighted dedication to Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu Team Plus Development Agenda. The Provost, Dr. Ayodeji Ogumuyewa, encouraged students to pursue academic excellence using extensive resources, including mentorship, entrepreneurship, academic advising, and clinical training. Also in Lagos, the State House of Assembly has endorsed recommendations from the Committee on Physical Planning and Electronic Geographic Information System regarding legislation to establish the Lagos Geographic Information Service. Committee Chair Ogun Kule presented the report stating that proposed centralized and digitized mapping system would improve transparency, curb data misuse, and derive environmental sound. The lawmakers adopted the report. Still in Lagos, the All Progressive Congress has officially launched its campaign for the July 12 local council election. At the rally held in Ogba, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, represented by Secretary to the State Government, Abimbola Salu, pledged unwavering support for the party's 57 chairmanship and 376 councillorship candidates. Senior party figures include Prince Tajuddin Olusi and Speaker Modishiru Obasa, called for unity and grassroots service. Meanwhile, youth party candidate Ayodele Adio criticized the Lagos State Independent Electoral Commission for guideline irregularities that may lead to voters' disbursement. In a southeast zone, Senate President Godswill Akpabio has applauded President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for enacting bills to establish 3 tertiary institutions in the region: the Federal University Okigwe in Imo State, and the Federal College of Education and the Federal University of Medical and Health Science in Bende, Abia State. In a statement by the media advisor, Akpabio praised lawmakers who supported the Renewed Hope agenda and commended Deputy Speaker Benjamin Kalu and Senator Onyekachi Onweboyin, Osita Ngu, and Patrick Ndubize. He described the development as a milestone for education and healthcare in the region, urging continued Southeast alignment with the Tinubu administration. Still in Imo State, Governor Hope Uzodinma has apologized for the indefinite postponement of the scheduled state address, originally planned for 18th June 2025 at the State House of Assembly. Through a statement by Commissioner for Information, Declan Emelumba, the governor expressed regret to invite guests and pledged to announce a new date soon. The address was expected to cover governance progress, challenges, and future strategies. In a related development from Cross River State, Governor Bassey Otu has appointed Linus Ogbogo as Chief Press Secretary and Special Advisor on Media and Publicity. Nsegil, who formerly held the Press Secretary roles, now serves as Special Advisor on Public Affairs. Secretary on the State Government, Professor Anthony Onwa-Eno, stated the appointment aimed to strengthen media engagement. From the South-South as well, Edo State Governor Monday Okpebholo has confirmed a team of environmental and hydrology experts to study flood control in Akwa Ibom and Rivers State. The mission aimed to adopt successful flow strategies in Benin City and other vulnerable regions. Chief Press Secretary Fred Itao said implementation will commence post-raining season. Illegal structure along waterways will be removed, with compensation promised to rightful owners. The governor emphasized data-driven planning and zero tolerance for corruption. In Rivers State, the Senate has begun screening 17 nominees for key commissions, including the Independent Electoral Commission, Civil Service Commission, and Local Government Service Commission. Senate Leader Opeyomi Bamidele, who chaired the screening committee, confirmed that all nominees passed security clearance and asset declaration. Special Advisor to the President and Secretary Mata Bashir Lado presented the list. Recommendations are expected at the next plenary session. On education development in the Southwest, the Vice-Chancellor of the University of Ibadan, Professor Kayode Adebowale, has called for an urgent creation of a national policy on artificial intelligence. Speaking at a science conference at Achievers University in Ondo State, Adebowale warned that Nigerian risks global irrelevance without a coherent AI framework. Pro-Chancellor Dr. Bode and Vice-Chancellor Professor Omolola reiterated Achievers University focus on innovations. The event included awards for contributions to science and technology. In Akwa Ibom, the Cross Rivers Axis, a protest has erupted among clinical lecturers at the University of Uyo under a Medical and Dental Consultant Association of Nigeria. In a memo to the Pro-Chancellor, the Director exclusion from Vice-Chancellor eligibility calls it discriminatory. They threaten industrial action if are not reviewed within 2 weeks. Similarly, clinical lecturers at the University of Calabar have embarked on indefinite strike over the same issues. In northern Nigeria, the Benue State House of Assembly has reinstated 6 out of 13 lawmakers suspended for opposing the removal of Chief Judge Morris Ikpebese. The 6 apologized in writing while the other 7 remain suspended. The Assembly framed the dissent as a breach of collective responsibilities. Meanwhile, in Enugu State, the Oguji community has instituted commuters proceeding against Commissioner for Local Government, Deacon Oke Ogbodo, for allegedly defying a court order prohibiting the constitution of a caretaker committee. Despite the court injunction, the commissioner allegedly appointed committee members, backdating documents to bias legal consequences. The community served from 48 as a contempt warning. Ogbodo has not responded to the media inquiries. Also in Enugu, renewed attack by suspected herdsman in Obiagu, Ugwaji left 12 people dead. Fearing continued violence, begun fleeing. The tragic underscore the border insecurity crisis in Nigeria's Middle Belt and Southeast region. From Taraba State, the National Emergency Management Agency has reported that the windstorm in Gombe, Bali local government area, displaced over 1,800 people and damaged 300 buildings. 6 deaths and more than 30 injuries were confirmed. The Northeast Development Commission has promised rehabilitation support while locals urge lawmakers to intervene quickly. Switching to national issues, the Joint Admission and Matriculation Board has recommended sanction for 11 commuters-based test centers and several registrants involved in fingerprint fraud during the 2025 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination registration. Registrar Professor Ishek Oloyede said offenders risk a 3-year ban pending Federal Ministry of Education approval. Centers must now provide evidence of federal university training for re-engagement. Still on federal matter, senior advocates of Nigeria and former Nigerian Bar Association President Wole Olanipekun has criticized Nigerians over centralized governance warning it undermines true federalism and cripples sectors like security, education, and justice. At a forum in Lagos, he attributed structural imbalance to Decree 107 from the military era and urged constitutional reforms. UNICEF has called on Nigerian government to enhance budget tracking and execution for child welfare. At a media dialogue in Lagos, commemorating the 2025 Day of the African Child, Southwest Field Office Chief Celine Lofrikre and Social Policy Specialist Mohammed Okorie emphasized the gap between allocations and actual service. Lagos State officials affirmed dedication to inclusive and data-driven policies. The Federal Road Safety Corps has reiterated its policy that all fines must be paid into designated bank accounts and warned against bribery. Corps Marshal Shehu Mohammed urged drivers to resist corruption practice and promise disciplinary action against personnel. From the oil sector, Dangote Petroleum Refinery has introduced a distribution model using 4,000 compressed natural gas power trucks, providing free nationwide logistics. Analysts say this could slash fuel price and create 8,000 jobs, though some warned of emerging monopoly risk. Still, experts urge it addresses inefficiency worsened by poor infrastructure. Let's take a brief commercial break. Don't change the channel. We'll be right back with more exciting updates on Super Media Television.
Are you a businessman or woman? Do you need loan to grow your business? At Taraba Business Development Center, we offer both business and personal loan with flexible repayment plan. We are located in different parts of Taraba State. Jalingo branch, opposite Civil Service Commission, 183 Amarua Way, 090-3134-4333. Zing branch, Zenith Bank agent beside College of Education, Zing, 070-3125-2559. Are you a businessman?
Welcome back. The federal government has announced a major financial reform linking citizens' credit to their national identification number, aimed at creating a unified credit system. At a State House briefing in Abuja, Managing Director of the Nigerian Consumer Credit Corporation, Uzodinma Uwegba, said the initiative would consolidate credit data from banks and microfinance institutions into a central bureau. Defaulters may face restrictions on renewing passports, obtaining driver license, or accessing housing. The reform promotes financial responsibilities and supports President Tinubu's renewed hope agenda by expanding access to credit, boosting local production, and reducing corruption. It also includes Youth Card, a credit program targeting Nigerians aged 18 to 35, particularly NYSC members. Ghanaian investors behind Abuja River Parks have filed a suit at the Federal High Court in Abuja against the Inspector General of Police. the EFCC, and other security officials over alleged harassment and rights violation. The plaintiff director of Jonah Capital Nigeria Limited and Houses for African Nigeria are seeking 200 million naira in damages, claiming repeated police intimidation and suppression of a prior investigation report by the Special Investigation Panel. Despite police finding, clearing them of criminal wrongdoing, they alleged a fresh probe has been launched, leading to arrest and restricted access to their property. They are demanding a court order to halt further harassment and enforce their constitutional rights. Olympic gold medalist Aniefiok Udo Obong have advised athletes and participating countries in the upcoming Confederation of African Athletes Under-18 and Under-20 Championship in Abeokuta to avoid focusing solely on winning. Instead, he encouraged them to treat the competition as a platform for long-term athlete development. Speaking ahead of the event, which will take place from 16th July to 20th at the Moshid Kashimowo Olawale Abiola Sports Center in Ogun State, Udo Obong, who serves as chairman of the event technical committee, stressed the importance of early international exposure for young athletes. He described the championship as a vital stage for talent identification, the development of mental toughness, and preparation for future high-level competition. That's all for this edition on News Hour from Som TV. You can follow us on Facebook at Som TV and on YouTube at Som TV Live. Now stay tuned for more lineup of programs from Som TV. I am Esther Oka Steven. Stay blessed.
Are you a businessman or woman? Do you need loan to grow your business? At Taraba Business Development Center,